What's up everyone, WizardKen here with another Xbox 360 World of Tanks video. Now today we're going to be going over the Russian Tier 5 Premium Heavy Tank, the Churchill III. This thing is not the most amazing premium tank, but it is a decent one, depending on what, what kind of matchmaking you get. This thing can see anywhere from Tier 5 to Tier 6, depending if you're platooned with other people that have the same tank. If not, then you can get tiered higher, and so forth. Anyways, this is not a very expensive tank. It does cost 1,500 gold. It does have a hit point ratio, or hit points, of 700. So it's not a lot of hit points, but it's only a Tier 5. It does a max speed of 28 kilometers an hour. Now, the armor in the front is 176, the side is 76, and the rear end is 50. The turret on it is 88 in the front, 88 in the side, and a whopping 76 in the back. So this thing, I mean, it's got some decent armor. I mean, 176 is nice, but you know, a lot of tanks, well, not a lot, but a good majority of tanks can actually pen that in the front. There are some spots we're going to show in a little bit that will, you know, make you feel like, oh my god, this tank's going to get blown up all the time. It actually does. I don't have the best luck with this tank. If I have an all Tier 5 match, I can do decently. Tier 6 matches, usually the gun cannot handle the amount of, you know, pen that it needs to, you know, hit other tanks and stuff like that, to penetrate other tanks. So it's not the most reliable tank. I would still tell anybody, if they wanted to get a tank, get the Jag Tiger 88 or the T26, you know, the Freedom tank, anything like that. If you don't know what the Freedom tank is, it is a, you know, T26E4. So anyway, so let's talk about the armor real quick. So looking at the front of this thing, you could see that there's a little, we'll go over the top. Just where the upper plate, you know, flattens out where the two headlights are. You can see them in the front right there. If you keep moving up on it, you'll see on the right side of the upper plate there is a little gun port, and on the left side of that is actually the driver's spot. There's a little viewport for him over there. On the right side there's a little viewport for the gunner and stuff like that. But zooming in, of course the lower plate's going to be a little bit, you know, sensitive, but that gunner port is going to be terrible. You can get hurt there, and also on the left side where the driver is, you can get hit there, and you can get your driver killed and stuff like that. So really you're asking yourself, where's this thing not going to be hurt at? Well, pretty much the top. You could try to turn this thing a little bit here and there, like angle it 30 degrees, and try to have people just hit your, you know, your tracks. I guess that's kind of how, the reason why it was designed that way, so the tracks would eat most of the shots. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. So, but those are the weak spots, at least in the front, and we'll talk about the turret once we get up to that, because the front of it is actually pretty fine. I mean, it does only have 88 armor on the front of that turret, but I've seen it ricochet some things. So anyways, going off to the side, you can see there's, if you're looking at the tracks, you can see on the left hand side there's like a big door sitting there. That is a very exposed spot that you can, someone could shoot and hit. Now there is armored plating going all the way around before you hit the tracks and before you hit the main hole, so you do have to worry about heat rounds not going through, but majority of people in Tier 5 just use armor piercing. Now you see like this big toolbox looking thing just in the back end of the tracks. Right underneath there is the if I want to say, yes, the engine and the fuel tank. So hitting a Churchill back there, and this goes for most Churchills, that's going to be their fuselage. Now moving up to the turret, you can see the side of the turret and this little angled piece before it goes to the very back. Those two spots are weak spots that can be hit and hurt. Moving to the rear of the tank, Of course, the back of the turret can be hurt, and also where the exhaust is right here can take out the engine and set it on fire. Same thing on the other side. Of course, underneath the toolbox kind of looking thing, there's the engine and the fuel lines, and then also that door once again is showing there, and that can be also a possible hit. Now, you know, the reason they have those doors there is just help with the track system, because look at that whole fucking thing. Try to take that whole damn, you know, side armor off to try to take out, you know, change out the track. It's gonna suck ass. So, anyways, now the turret, we've talked a little bit about it on, you know, with when we were talking on the sides and stuff like that. Really, to be honest with you, those are the only weak spots. You can hit the viewports, but usually it doesn't actually hurt this tank. It really just knocks out his viewports. And of course, Artie, this is your love attack. I mean, this should be your babies here. Artie's, I would highly suggest shooting these tanks because they're slow as hell, and you know, you've got a good chance of hitting them. So, alright, as you can see, my crew is not amazingly built up at all. That's just because I don't play this tank all the time, except when I really need silver. It's more just a half the tank kind of thing. Anyways, let's look at the packages, which there are none, but at least then we can going and look a little bit more. Like I said, the this is what I wanted to look at, is the rate of fire. This is what this tank's known for. It does 26 rounds a minute, which is pretty fast. Now, if you do use gold rounds, it will cost you about 2,000 silver every single round. So 26 rounds, that's already 26,000, and you're going to use that much pretty much on a couple of tanks because you only do 75 damage with both. That's why it's very touchy whether you should use premium rounds or just armor piercing rounds. As I said, I'm using right now just 140 of armor piercing. Now, I did have 100 rounds of just premium on there, the premium armor piercing, or but it did okay. It did okay, but the thing is, I didn't gain enough money back to really care for using the premium rounds, so I'd rather just stay with the luck that I'm going to get a good battle. So, of course, you always want to have small repair kits, especially with these slower tanks, first aid kit, and also the manual fire extinguisher. Or you can get the auto ones. I get this question a lot. They're like, hey, should I use the automatic fire extinguishers or the manual? The thing is once, okay, like if my crew right now were upgraded and they already had the repair on there, they're going to repair my tracks pretty quick. Now, I don't want the automatic repair kit to automatically fix that, because I can use, you know, I could have used that repair kit for the gun instead of the tracks, because I know the tracks are going to be repaired quick. So that's why I do that. The same thing with the manual fire extinguisher. I take it out, you know, just as quick as I can put out the fire, just as quick as an automatic fire extinguisher. So I just use this so I don't have to use gold. Alright, equipment, I have none. This tank does not need equipment. It shoots fast enough. It's got a decent sight on it. It zooms in pretty quick. And yeah. So anyways, guys, enough talking about this tank. Let's just take it out and test drive it. Alrighty, guys, we're on port, snow, standard battle. Let's see what we're going against. Okay, thankfully we are going against tier 5s. That we still aren't going to be the most amazing against some of those tanks. The Churchill one can put a beating on us, even though we could do the same back. The VK T14 might be a little stubborn. Okay, so basically a lot of these tanks are going to give us some trouble, but you know, it's a premium tank. It's only here to make silver, and we'll do what we can with the tank. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Alright, well, thank you. Appreciate it. The thing you guys need to remember too is that even though this has a fast rate of firing, the Churchill 1 is about the same way with its rate of fire, but it does more damage than the Churchill 3. So that's couple things we need to worry about. Let's see, we have the Churchill 1, of course. Every time I talk about the tanks I don't want to meet and stuff like that, It's the tanks I run into. Every time. I think this happened on the last video. It's like, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to run into, I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, oh, shit. I ran into him. There's some nasty tanks over here. I'm wondering if my buddies are going to be able to help me or not. Okay, the mortar and everything are still... Okay. So we got to keep moving a little bit more so we can get some spotting on these guys. Can I hit that guy underneath? Always try to shoot your guys underneath the trains if you can, because, man, you can get some really good shots on those guys if you can get it to work. There we go. There's one, two. Alrighty, we saved our buddy's life, and we did what we needed to do. Alrighty. Let's see who's going to be, hopefully, our next victim. Now, even the Hetzer is going to be a pain in the ass to us, because that is a nasty little tank destroyer. Some people are like, ah, they're easy and this and that. For some tanks, yes. Not for all tanks. Some tanks have a hard time with them. And you're going to see, because he's showing himself, we're able to do something. But usually those little Hetzers are like the turtles of the German line. I mean, it looks like a fucking turtle. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. But we do have to watch out for it. Now, I'm not going to pull out anymore because I am not going to risk getting shot at too much. Yes, I do know my sides are exposed, but that's just because I don't know which way I want to turn to really deal with these guys. Alrighty, so it looks like our team is pushing. Alright, let's push a little bit. Let's push a little bit and see what we can end up with. We might do alright. Might not be bad. Might not be good either. Might not be good either. Alrighty, here we are. Alright, that VK is gonna kick our ass. So watch it. We gotta keep our front towards him. There we go. Alright. We gotta keep moving in and out. I really don't want to sit here and die. Ah, shit. Please don't hurt me. Just let me kill you. Please. Just let me kill you. Please. Yep. Alrighty. Well, we didn't get the kill, but we do have him hurting. T-14s. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna get a pop in. One more! Yay! I know I just stole someone's kill, but I'm trying to get as much points as I can with this thing. I'm very surprised that this thing actually did as well as it did. We just got lucky in our matchmaking. We really, really did. Wow, I've already done my ×2 today, and I did got 5,000 experience, 48,000 in silver. Not bad, not bad. So we came in first. I really don't understand that. This guy did more kills than we assist more than him. No. He received more damage than us. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, so we've got 902, almost 1,000 in regular damage, which isn't bad because we only do 75 damage a hit. So, and 3 kills, of course. All of them were like cheesy kills, but whatever. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them. Anyways, like I said, we got 49,000 silver out of that. Not bad at all. I mean, the ammunition and damage alone was about 1,800, so not bad. We didn't lose very much at all. So 48,000 was the remaining total, and 5,000 experience. That's pretty badass. Pretty badass. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's the Churchill III. in a nutshell. I know I kind of went fast with it and stuff, but this is a very basic tank. There's not much to it. Yeah, I mean, for 1,500 you get what you pay for, basically. This is probably the one tank. Probably should probably cost people only 1,000, because it really does get screwed over getting in tier 6s. You know, you could see me on the VK, I was having a hard time, even on its side, hitting him perfectly and stuff like that. There are some challenges with this tank. It is not a hard tank, but it's not an easy tank. It's mediocre. So, anyways, guys, real quick, remember, vote on, you know, whether you guys want me to live stream Destiny or not. Some of you guys have told me you want me to do that. It's only going to be on my weekends. It's not going to be during the week when I do tanks and stuff like that, and I'm not going to do this all the time. It's only going to be, you know, once in a while, just so I can get some live streaming and stuff like that, and you guys can, I've never tried the Xbox One, but hopefully you guys can actually talk with me and stuff like that in that sense. Maybe the chat thing comes up. I don't know. I have no clue how it works in that sense. But anyways, guys, I'm WizardKen. Until the next time, see ya.